Welcome to the MythBusters After Show. Jamie and I are taking your questions about our A-Team episode. First question, Jamie, how on earth, it's, I guess, for me, or for the whole crew, how did we get Jamie to dress up as B.A. Baracus? We were actually nervous about it, but then he was totally game the moment we brought it up.
I figure at this point, why fight it?
I think Jamie cut a very excellent figure as B.A., and I particularly like the Velcro glued to your head.
Yeah, they were all, they found all these, like, you know, what do you call it?
Mohawk wigs?
Bald cap things with mohawks on. I was like, give me some Velcro.
Yeah, that was great. Awesome. Okay, next question. Adam was probably a teenager in the 80s, so was a fan, but Jamie must have been in his 40s, 50s, or even 70s at that point. Is it fair to say that you don't like the A-Team, Jamie?
It's a TV show, you know? It's like they blow crap up and they mess around. A lot of it didn't make any sense, but I'm fine with the A-Team.
All right. There you go. Next question. Watching you guys build your own forklift fire was great. Felt like a new style for MythBusters. Did you enjoy doing that? I will say I felt like it was old style MythBusters.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it was
going back to kind of our early days of just winging it on a build.
Yeah, it was a little out of control, kind of was slightly dangerous to be around at all, much less in front of it.
And we had a plan during that, which was to really not discuss what we were going to do. You know, after all these years, we can kind of smell a build that will probably work out, and that one smelled like that, so we tried not to discuss any facet of it until we were, you know, cameras were rolling and the materials were in front of us, and that was fun.
Yeah, and also an astute observer will note that the driving mechanism that we used on the double spinning wheel thing was also used in steam machine gun.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
Those big impact wrenches, those are pretty handy things.
Jamie invented the first steam-powered pitching machine for Abner Doubleday. All right, next question. How much of your A-Team build was genuine and how much was planned earlier? I think we've already just answered that.
Yeah, I mean, when do we not do something that's genuine on this show in a build?
Well, but I mean, you know, we could have talked all the way through how that build was going to go. And like I said, you know, we left all the details of that build to the actual day.
Oh, okay.
Next question. Were you surprised that you couldn't get their log cannon to work?
No, it's, you know, there's a square thing and a round hole. It fits inside there, but there's air all around it. It's like, it just, that was kind of ridiculous.
It was totally ridiculous. We had to go through the whole process, but, and actually, I must say, I knew that it wouldn't work. I'm surprised to the degree that it didn't work. I thought that, you know, a nice big clump inside that would move the wood, but I mean, it just totally didn't.
Yeah, it didn't. It's funny looking at the TV show, you can almost see the grips in the background taking the 2x4s and kind of going like that.
Well, they're foam 2x4s, I'm sure, yeah.
Throwing them at the bad guys.
All right, next question. Where was Adam when Jamie's log exploded? I was hiding behind one of the doors in the shop. I was like peeking around like this because I knew what he was doing and I didn't want to be near it. Next question. The manhole test was cool, but I still don't quite understand why you started without a sewer. It's called a control. I think we explained it, right? So the A-Team took the trouble to attach the dynamite under a manhole cover with a sewer underneath it. Well, if that was for any specific reason, the only way we're going to be able to determine that would be to compare it against dynamite just sitting on the street.
Yeah, because the idea was to throw the car, not to actually, like, damage the car.
Or kill the guy inside, really. It's not the car we're worried about, it's the juicy center.
Yeah, so the explosion had nowhere to go other than up into the car and a little out to the sides when it was without the manhole underneath it. But with the manhole, it was enough to dissipate it just enough, which actually surprised us.
Yeah.
To the point where it
was quite effective.
Yeah, it was effective.
Yeah. Didn't expect to come up with a genuine result on that one. Next question. How do those plunger things actually work? Well, see, when one of your toilet gets... Oh, they mean the explosive plungers.
Yeah, I think that was a Hercules.
I think from the 20s, yeah.
And basically it has a rack, as in rack and pinion. In other words, the shaft has gear teeth on it. and it has a gear that interacts with that. As you push it down, it turns the gear, which turns a generator, which creates the current.
Yeah, so it's effectively a generator, like those little flashlights that to wind up and get a beam. It's the same thing. It just generates enough electricity to send a spark through the wire, igniting the blasting cap, igniting the dynamite. Next question, did it make a difference that your cars weren't the same? They were effectively the same. I know they looked different and they had slightly different model numbers, but they had actually the same unibody, they had the same engine, and they had effectively the same construction, except for a few detail pieces. They were pretty much the same car.
Yeah, it would have been better if they were identical, but we figure it was close enough.
Close enough. Last question, A-Team or MacGyver? I'm gonna have to go with MacGyver on this one. There's at least there are far more testable things in MacGyver's universe than there are in the A-Team universe. I mean, you know, both were outlandish, campy 80s television shows, but MacGyver was often doing stuff that was at least somewhere close to reality, where a lot of the A-Team stuff was just like, are you kidding? If you have an hour before the bad guys come back, you're gonna build a propane cannon with a square peg and a round hole and that you can't reload, but somehow it reloads itself magically instead of just running away?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I guess I would go along with that, although, you know, I'd have to say that both of them are full of crap as far as the, you know, the actual science, the quality of the science is like, you know, it's just bad or worse.
Well, yeah, but MacGyver's far better. I mean, we're talking, yeah, these are shades of gray. MacGyver, it's MacGyver. We say MacGyver. And I think that's it for the MythBusters After Show. Thank you for joining us. See you guys next week. Whoopsh.